Hi horse friends. In today's video we are going to talk about the Magic Gel ice boots and why we like them. They're an incredible arsenal in your equine first aid kit. Ice almost never hurt anything versus medications and that type of stuff. So the first thing I'm going to talk about with these boots is how amazing the Velcro is on these. If you get up close on here, you're going to see it's actually a really high quality Velcro. Some of the boots that we have here, they are well over a year old, and I find that the Velcro is still holding up really well. When you buy these, you can buy these in a set of 2 or just 1. So if you have one that goes bad, you can replace it and just buy a single. They do also come in a really nice carrying case. So I use these a lot in my arsenal for either arthritic horses or horses that have worked really hard to keep the inflammation down. If you look up close here, you will see that each cell is individually stitched so that they don't fall out of place in here. So some of the other ones that I've seen before have just one big stitching piece that go down here, and they don't fold as well with the horse's leg if that happens, right? So because it's one block of ice. This way it's super foldy. It can get around the fetlocks, the cannon bone, or the hoof. So I've used them with founder horses as well before to try to get that inflammation down. So I'm going to show you how we use them here, or how we put them on. So when I'm putting on these wraps, I like them to actually go down around the hoof. You don't have to do that. You can have it come up higher if you like, but I prefer for them to go down. So you're going to put them down here. I like to start at the top and find a nice consistent tension, not super tight that it cuts off circulation, but tight enough that the wrap doesn't slip. And you can see here what I'm talking about with the cells, how they nicely fold around the hoof, as well as the horse's leg. And a lot of my horses are actually to the point where I can put them in their stall with them and they leave them alone. Now, of course, there's some funny ones out there that won't. I set a timer to ice their legs for about 15 minutes. I like to do it at the end of every ride or every hard workout. I think that that's really important for horses. It's something that just doesn't hurt, right? So if I were to do a really thorough icing, I would ice all 4 legs for about 15 minutes. I like to set a timer on my phone so I know exactly what I am looking for time-wise. If you go a little longer, that's not a big deal too, but 15 minutes is the minimum. And you know, it does help horses too that also stock up behind, I find. And it's something that's interesting that I had gotten away from for years, and I'm now circling back to it because I really just can't find anything wrong with it. So, and you can see if you look at him, he's licking and chewing. They really enjoy it. I have a few horses at the moment I put them on, they start licking and chewing. So I think that it does feel good, and I can really see the difference in their legs when I take them off. They are a lot tighter and just really healthier looking to me. You know, an excess amount of inflammation is never good for anything. It degrades the joints, breaks down tendons, all of that type of stuff. So anything we can do to get inflammation out is better for your horse. So thank you so much for joining us today, and please feel free to leave comments below.